It would not be an E3 show for Xbox without a showing of Master Chief himself, and we got another update on Halo Infinite. Maybe not the update we were expecting or wanted a little information on, but we got the update nonetheless. Mostly on the multiplayer side of things, which was interesting to see them not focus on the single player campaign after the last outing, which received some backlash and some pretty famous memes online based on people's assumptions of how the graphics or opinions about how the graphics looked and everything like that. So, of course, we're going to point right to Mr. Chorney on this one because the man loves him to Halos. So, Jeff, what
Love
did
to
you think about this
Halos.
trailer?
Which one? The single player campaign or the
Well, that was just a
multiplayer? Because
cutscene,
we
so you
got
can talk about both of them.
okay. Well, let's just put it this way: Microsoft is not happy with how the campaign is looking right now. Let's be honest.
That's
Um,
public knowledge. That was
yep,
leaked out. We know that, yeah.
they. Well, it was the first time, and everyone expected it this time to show more, and they did not,
Mm-hmm.
which to me shows they still don't think it's ready to show, and it's. They showed a cutscene which is
Mm-hmm.
very Halo. Was a very Halo cutscene. It looked
And
good.
pretty,
It was an engine. Looked
really pretty.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show any gameplay of it. Um, but they're gonna go back to that. But then they showed the multiplayer. The multiplayer looks awesome. It looks
Yeah, it does.
really good. Graphically, it looks amazing. It's free to play, which is they have not done before. So the multiplayer aspect is free to play, which to me says loot boxes all over the place. And they did show a lot of customization stuff not
Mm-hmm.
in your face. Like they didn't show like someone customizing their Spartan, but you could see it in the Spartans in the level. Like they got the
There was some
samurai
very
mask and
advanced looking,
everything, and like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and different
So
variants of guns and stuff.
let me ask you real quick before we touch on the like the minutia of the multiplayer and what's in there.
Mm.
The fact that I thought it was actually kind of odd that they not just once they mentioned that for the first time ever it's going to be free to play, but they mentioned it twice that this was going to be free to play. That
Mm.
information that we received today, on top of the leaked information that Microsoft not being happy with the current state of the campaign, do you think it's actually
Oh, did
possible
they
that
actually say
they
that today? I did not catch that. I was just going by
that
figured they
was
did.
no that was leaked a couple of weeks ago. It was a big
Oh,
thing on
okay,
Reddit. I think Jason Schreier put that out. I may be wrong, but I think it was Jason Schreier that put that out.
gotcha.
And that being said, with us knowing that information, do you think it's feasible to see the Halo Infinite multiplayer release first before the campaign
100%.
comes out?
Yeah, I
Really?
could totally see them doing that this fall
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't have a date for when it's coming out. All they said there's another rumor that the campaign, the multiplayer, were going to be released separately, and the rumor was the multiplayer was going to be after the campaign. Um, but to me, it looks like the multiplayer looks more fucking got their shit together than the
Mm-hmm.
campaign, and they didn't put a date on it. All they said was fall 2021. That's saying something. Like when they're putting dates on stuff that they're releasing in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
but they can't put a date on something that was supposed to come out last November or whenever the hell the Xbox Series X came out.
Right.
It's a few months before it was delayed to.
I
Um,
have to think that they're going to release the multiplayer first as well. Like
that's what
they'll
I'm
do that to
thinking. Yeah,
pacify the fans and get
yeah,
them excited for the single player campaign when
Mm-hmm.
so that they after they finally work it out, they'll release it like it says fall right now. Fall will probably be the multiplayer release. Single
hmm
player release next spring, something like
2022.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know the release of the multiplayer gets people excited to get into the single player later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like they can't do a full redesign of the graphics of the campaign in the amount of time that people were like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like and to be like most people play Halo for the multiplayer, like any first person shooter these days. Um, the thing I think they need to worry about is battle royales are the thing. I don't want them to put a battle royale mode into Halo. I don't think it would fit
Mm-hmm.
that game style and what they go for. But Halo, I feel, has this like, especially with younger gamers that are playing Fortnite, that are playing Warzone, that are playing Apex. Halo is like the old person shooter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's fair.
it's one of the only shooters from our generation that was really popular that's still around. Like, there's
Mhm.
no Killzone, there's no Resistance, there's no
GoldenEye.
There's no GoldenEye. Quake basically like Quake is basically gone too. Like, all those
Mhm.
games are gone, or at least like dwindling, and they're not doing anything about that. So they have to make it free to play, and they have to put some kind of carrot in the stick for the young people. And I don't know how they're going to
Mhm.
do that without doing battle royale, but I don't want to do battle royale because that's not Halo. So they're in a weird, like, between a rock and hard place type thing. That combined with there's going to be no campaign, like, again, assuming no campaign on launch, it's going to be a really weird generation for Halo for their first
Mhm.
game, and I think they really need to get their shit together for the campaign. But that being said, I have no problem with them releasing the multiplayer in the fall
Sure.
and then
Yeah.
having the campaign next year. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They
and that's
also.
what I'm saying. It's like if they say, "Oh, we're not releasing the game until next year," you'll be pissed. But if they say,
Exactly.
"Hey,
Yeah, here's the
multiplayer comes
multiplayer.
out in the fall,"
Yeah.
the fans need a taste. Like they
Mhm.
need
The Halo
and
fans want something.
yeah, and that's what they really are looking for, right? Is
Yeah.
the multiplayer.
Mhm.
So I think
Mhm.
that makes the most from a business perspective. That's probably the smartest thing for them to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they never did say that fall 2021 date. They never said if that was for the campaign or the they didn't
They
say if that was
just
exclusive
said
to one of the two.
Yeah.
all they said was that they're going to launch simultaneously, which I don't think they should have said. They should have
No,
just
they shouldn't
said
have said that.
fall 2021, not that they're launching together, because I don't think that's going to happen. You're there first. Probably not first. You probably heard it all over the place. You're fine. But
But another thing that touches on what you said, Jeff, about the multiplayer, they did announce that there it is gonna when the free to play multiplayer releases, it is going to release day and date with a season 1. So there will be some sort of like season
pass or
pass
something. Yeah.
and activities based upon that. Just talking about that dangled carrot, like the season passes are all the rage right now for
That does get people.
live games and stuff. Yeah, it does, and so people love that extra cheap loot and everything like that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have any thoughts or fears even about the Halo series, specifically with Halo Infinite, you let us know in the comments, and we would love to hear back from you. But until then, we will catch you later the next time a Halo trailer comes out. Peace out.